Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, I'm Kristen Down One, and I am back with another video. Before we begin, I got to state this for the record. I thought both of these series were going to end in 5, and I was totally wrong on both series. All right. Now we're gonna focus a little bit more on last night's game, the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. And the reason why the Golden State Warriors lost last night's game, because even Steve Kerr echoed these same things I'm about to say. They ran out of gas in the fourth quarter. And if you was really paying close attention, like close to the end of the third quarter, like the last 5 minutes, the players on the court looked like they just sucked the energy right out of these players. Particularly in the fourth quarter, Kevin Durant couldn't even buy a basket, and I think probably the reason because of that is because he was so tired, and they utilized so much energy in the first half of that game, and they just didn't have enough, and they didn't have enough bodies on the bench to support a comeback. Okay. IT was injured. He wasn't available. I think Iguodala, if he was able to play, he would have helped them out, and they possibly could have won that game. I think there was like a player away. Not to mention Swaggy P. He was horrible in this game, and that's what you expect from Swaggy. You can't put all your eggs in one basket with Swaggy P. That's the type of player he is. When he's on, but when he's off, he is totally off, okay? There's no in-between with him. And Chris Paul gave an emotional speech to the fans. Really, to be truthfully honest, the Houston Rockets, that's going to be the Golden State Warriors' the toughest series, the toughest opponent that they're going to meet in the playoffs, including the finals. And a lot is riding on Game 6. A lot of pressure is on the Golden State Warriors to win that game. And this is the first time the Golden State Warriors lost in their stadium since 2016. So that astonished the fans at Orco. I think it's Orco, the Golden State Warriors Stadium. And now they just experienced their first L since 2016. So the fans are panicking. I didn't see a sense of urgency or panic with the Golden State Warriors when you're talking about the players. Steve Kerr is already calming this storm down, and all it takes really is for the Golden State Warriors to go guns a-blazing in Game 6. Hopefully IT is able to help the Golden State Warriors, but this isn't an easy out for the Golden State Warriors. If they beat the Houston Rockets, that's going to be their toughest opponent. And it really doesn't matter if it's the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Boston Celtics. They might make it competitive by maybe winning one and stealing one, maybe pushing this to a Game 6. But ultimately, the Golden State Warriors are going to beat either of those teams, because either of those teams, they don't have the necessary pieces to defend the Golden State Warriors. It just is what it is. But if you're a Golden State Warrior fan, you shouldn't be panicking too much. Game 6, to me, I feel like a lot of pressure is on the Golden State Warriors to win that game. And there is some pressure for the Houston Rockets to also win this game, because they never led the series. And if they win Game 6, then they will be leading in this series, and they'll be the first team in a long time to lead a best-of-7 series to the Golden State Warriors. But particularly late in the series. But it is what it is. I expect the Golden State Warriors to probably win Game 6. And I feel like on the East Coast, I feel like that series is going to go to Game 7. To me, I felt like the Boston Celtics should have won Game 3. They got blew out. And I felt like that was their only opportunity, their only chance to really slam the hammer and slam the door on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now they're giving the Cleveland Cavaliers an opening and a believability that they can possibly win this series. Now, LeBron James is going to be LeBron James. But it's up to those other players to help LeBron James out and to weather the storm. So, Game 6 is going to be very intriguing for the Golden State Warriors. I feel like they're going to win, and they're going to win the series. And the Houston Rockets shouldn't be ashamed of it because they had an amazing season. Adding Chris Paul is really, they finally found a traditional point guard that can move the ball around. I think in the offseason, they're going to be looking for another potential superstar or someone close to a superstar to add to the roster of James Harden and Chris Paul. I don't think it's LeBron James because LeBron James really his style really doesn't translate or fit with the Houston Rockets. And LeBron James will have to give up so much to even be in a Houston Rockets uniform, and I don't think LeBron James is willing or able to do that. I still feel like LeBron James is still going to probably wind up in Cleveland because out of all the organizations everyone's clamoring and talking about, it's the one organization where he has the flexibility, the cachet to make moves, to make real moves in that organization. Make money moves. And it is what it is. But just to stay back on focus with the Golden State Warriors, I feel like Golden State Warriors are going to win, and it's going to be a very close game. And I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for the Houston Rockets. I think all the air is going to seep out of them, and they're going to say, well, okay, wait a minute. There's no way in the world we can beat this team. I think they're going to be clicking on all cylinders. I think Draymond Green is going to have a phenomenal game. I think IT is going to return, but on a limited basis. Steph Curry, he is not going to have an off night like he had last night. Klay Thompson is going to sink those shots. And when those two guys are on, it only makes Kevin Durant's job even more easier, okay, for him to score, okay? Which, by the way, Kevin Durant is on a streak. He hasn't missed a free throw in none of the playoffs since he joined the Golden State Warriors. So he has a pretty nice streak there. And I think they're going to also utilize their big men when you're talking about, West, JaVale McGee, and the French center. I can't think of his name. They're going to utilize them earlier in the game, so that way Draymond can get a rest or two. As well as Kevin Durant, even though those big guys are not going to replace their offense, but they should be able to replace their defense. And it also would not surprise me if Iguodala is unable to play. They're probably going to close him out for this series and bring somebody else, the next man up, sort of say, which they don't have too many people that can even replicate what IT does. But it is what it is. But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dom One, and I am outside.